And I'm back with the Consolidation final of Gamers Assembly 2015. This will be Sabre versus Koenz versus Zoom versus Roa. Before we start the match, let's go through the players. So first off, we got Koenz from the Netherlands, plays for Team Acer, uses camera 3 and gamepad. Then we also have Roa, or no, let's take Zoom first. Here's Zoom from France, plays for Grrr, and uses camera 2 and keyboard. He took 4th place in Gamers Assembly last year, and besides that I also got a 5th place in ESWC France 2014 and a 3rd place in ESWC France 2013. Then we have Sabre from United Kingdom, plays for Team Acer, camera 1 and gamepad is what he uses. Took 5th in the top 20 of 2014 rankings, 5th place in ESWC 2014 and 1st place in an ESL Go For Cup. And then lastly we got Roa, who is the unknown player of this tournament. He's from France, plays for Positive Vibrations, uses camera 2 and gamepad. And this is his first offline event, so he's done really good getting this deep into it. Only one match remaining to reach the grand final. So the players are doing a warm-up. The first match, or the first map rather, will be Outburst, made by Kronos. The world record is 104.555 by Kronos. Kronos, of course, in the grand final already with Yo-Yo, his teammate. So we are going to find out who the other two players will be. That's the end of the warm-up. Let's start the match. And of course the players are playing on the stage now at the event in France. So that will put the pressure even higher, and also some of them are using different computers, which might make a difference. We see Zoom crashing in the start. I know that Zoom had some computer problems, and that's why this match was so delayed. So that might be why he crashed here in the start, might affect him a bit. In the lead we got Koenz behind his teammate Sabre, the two teammates, the players. Sabre will pass Koenz after a nice drop. Roa with a good platform part will pass Koenz, who drops down to 3rd place. Zoom's far behind, 60 hundredths behind Sabre in the lead. The points limit is still, no, it's at 120 now, so this means that the match will be a bit longer. We still will play 5 rounds on each map though. Roa getting closer to Sabre and will pass him over the stretch as well as we close in on the end. Good turn from both players, and here comes the last couple of turns, which can be pretty tricky. Who's gonna do it the best? Not Sabre, he loses his grip completely, and Koenz is gonna pass him and go up to 2nd place. Roa will win it 105.48 and will get the first 10 points. Koenz with 6, Zoom with 4 and Sabre with 3. So yeah, we'll play to 120 points limit now. Once you reach that points limit you will become a finalist, which means you have to win a round to secure your position. And off we go into the next round, following Sabre, who goes up in the lead. Landed a bit too much to the right, but will have lots of speed as a result, and I guess the slowdown. Unlucky by Sabre, so he will stay at 4th place. We got Roa in the lead, on his way to win his 2nd round in a row. Will we see Roa reaching the grand final? Koenz clips the pole, and Zoom will go up to 2nd place. Oh, and then Roa with a no drift over the transition. Lots of mistakes, and then Zoom clips the wall. All 4 players now with mistakes. Where are Koenz and Sabre? They're still pretty far behind though. Roa back in the lead, 3900 out of Zoom. Looks like he's gonna win this one. No blunders in the end, and Roa jumps into the finish and takes another 1st place. 105.91 out of Zoom, Koenz and Sabre. So Roa up to 20 points. Koenz at 10, Zoom at 10 and Sabre at 6. Third round. And a close pack of players so far. Once again, Sabre at 4th place. But nice turns here will put him at 2nd place. Only behind Roa. Up on the platform, still very close. Sabre keeping a small lead ahead of the other 3 players. Still an extremely close round, anyone's round to win. Koenz with more speed goes up in the lead ahead of Sabre. Almost hit the wall. Oh, and Roa will make the first mistake of the round. Who's gonna win it though? Koenz, Zoom or Sabre? Sabre has dropped down to 3rd. Zoom will pass him. Coming up to the final turn. Both Koenz and Sabre crash in the same turn. Roa will go up to 2nd and Zoom will win the round. A double crash from the 2 Team Acer players. Simultaneously hit the wall at the same time almost. And so they won't get many points in that round. Roa up to 26, Zoom at 20. Koenz at 14 and Sabre at 9. Not a good start for the 2 Acer players. See if they can pick up the pieces. Still, of course, very early into the match. Zoom with an awkward landing. Oh, and Roa will end up clipping the wall. Seems like he's not gonna win another round. Instead, we have Sabre and Koenz 1st and 2nd. With Zoom at 3rd. But this map is difficult. So I would not be surprised if we see some more crashes before this is over. And there's the first one, Koenz. With a huge bump from the curb. Dropped down to 3rd, still ahead of Roa. Sabre still in the lead at the top, but Zoom closing in on him. Not the best turn from Zoom, gonna end up hitting the wall as well. Will someone pass him? Yes, here comes Roa, goes up to 2nd place after his early mistake. Won't be able to pass Sabre though, who wins it with a time of 1:05.23. And Koenz passing Zoom as well in the end, so Zoom lost that lead completely. So, Roa still in the lead with 32, Zoom at 23, Sabre at 19 and Koenz at 18. As we start the last round of the first map. Zoom losing a couple of hundreds in the start, so will Roa. Sabre and Koenz to take the command. Good speed here as well. Stays in front of Roa and Zoom. Up on the platform. Whoa! Koenz went too wide. Ends up hitting the wall a bit and goes down to 3rd place. Still ahead of Roa though. We got Sabre in the lead. Looking to win another round. Zoom not closing in on him. 1600s behind Sabre. Gets a small bump, will allow Koenz to maybe pass. Koenz goes for a wide line through that turn. Still at 3rd place, coming up to the ending. Sabre in the lead, and Sabre, no, Zoom comes closer. Oh, it's gonna be Sabre, and Koenz able to pass Zoom in the end. Zoom went a bit too wide into that tight corner, and was able to reach the finish, but did not have a short line at all, and Koenz able to pass him there. So Sabre with another 10 points. Had a rough start, but now is at 2nd place, 29 points. Roa with 35, still in the lead. Zoom at 3rd with 27, and Koenz at 4th with 24. Moving on to the second map, which will be Earthquake. Made by Clement, and the world record is 54.635 by Chronos. As the players are doing a warm-up round, let's take a look at the online record. So Chronos got the fastest time online, then we got Sabre at top 5, 54.70, Roa top 10, 54.85, Koenz top 11, 54.88, and Zoom at top 13, 54.95. And this map got a notoriously random ending, I want to say. And we've seen a lot of different scenarios play out in the end on this map. It's a very tricky one with a drop to the right, as you will see here. You need to have a certain amount of speed to make it, and it's not the easiest task. So we'll see if the players can handle it as we go live into the second map of the Consolidation final of Gamers Assembly 2015 in Trackmania 2 Stadium Tech. Kronos and Yo-Yo are waiting for their two opponents in the grand final. And right now those are Roa and Sabre. Here we go. And I believe this is Koenz' favorite map. But he will end up crashing in the start. Yeah, he does like this map, and he did extremely well on this map in the loser bracket semifinals, where he was behind his three opponents at the end, but was able to win 3 rounds in a row to make it to the loser bracket final. But not a good start for Koenz. 3100s behind Roa in the lead. Sabre at second, Zoom at third. Roa keeps the pace. Small bump for Zoom, but Koenz not getting much closer. Looks like Roa will win this one and start off this map as good as he did on the first one. No, he's not. Yeah, okay, he made it. Never mind. 51.41 and Roa takes it. I was convinced that he didn't make it there. He must have been really lucky to somehow still cross that finish line. So Roa will take it up to 45. Sabre second, 35 points. Zoom at third with 31 and Koenz at fourth with 27. Better start now for Koenz, but still at fourth place. Sabre in the lead. Koenz with a good turn. Very good turn from Koenz. Goes up to second in a really short amount of time. And then Sabre drops down out of nowhere. Koenz will take over that first place ahead of Roa and Zoom. See if Koenz can survive the ending. Will build up a lot of speed. Here's the transition, we'll make it through, and then the ending. We'll go for it, and we'll make it, but Zoom will not. Zoom will not, and Sabre will pass him. Will Zoom have enough time to finish the round? Yes, I think he will. 3 seconds left, 2, 1, 0. Yes, he will make it, with a few tenths left to go. Roa still in the lead with 51, has built up a bit of a lead now. Sabre at 39, Koenz at 37 and Zoom at 34. Starting the third round. And Koenz again having problems passing that platform part. So finds himself at fourth place once more. Loses his grip in the downhill as well. Not looking good for Koenz right now. Sabre with a good start. Just behind Zoom, and then Roa a bit further behind. Oh, and Roa ends up clipping the pole. Koenz can take over third place, but will make a mistake of his own in the next turn, which will potentially allow Roa to pass him, and Sabre will crash, and Zoom will zoom by and go up in the lead. Here comes the ending. And this time Zoom will make it. Sabre goes for the safe ending and will stay in front of Roa. Koenz must have missed the finish. Yeah, it seems like he did. So instead of maybe a third place, he will only have to he will only get a fourth place and 3 points. Roa at 55, Sabre at 45, Zoom at 44 and Koenz at 40. The others are closing in on Roa now. Oh, and a bad drop from Zoom. Puts him at fourth. In the top it's pretty close. Koenz with a much wider line. Usually does this turn a bit better than anyone else, and so is the case now as well. Goes up in the lead. Behind him is Sabre, and oh, Roa hits the pole again. So he's gonna be far behind the Team Acer duo now, led by Sabre. 800 ahead of Koenz. Don't think Sabre will go for the safe ending this time. Let's see. Here we go. Koenz with a much better ending, and Koenz able to overtake his teammate in the end with 600s. Great finish there by Koenz. And that's gonna put him at 50 points. Only 1 point behind Sabre and 9 points behind Roa. 3 points ahead of Zoom. 12 points between all players. Alright, last round of the second map, and this time it's Roa who gets the landing bug in the start. So that will mean that he might lose his first place. Zoom at third, 1300s behind Sabre and Koenz, who once again get a good start. Zoom going a bit too wide, but recovers nicely in the next turn. And closing in on Koenz with more speed. Sabre has taken the lead now with 900. Here comes Zoom. Able to go up in the lead even. Nice turn there from Zoom. Sabre drops down to second. Here comes Koenz. Will he pass Sabre again? Yes, he will. Koenz does the ending better once again. And will go up to second place now. Zoom though with a even better ending will win that last round and is at second place now. 57 points. Behind Roa with 62, Koenz with 56 and Sabre with 55. As we move on to the third map. Which will be Shinamasta, made by Loco Buddha. And the world record is 59.008 by Tamarillo. Behind him we got Sabre at top 4, 59.12, Zoom top 8, 59.21, Koenz top 10, 59.26, and Roa top 13, 59.32. So, another warm-up before we continue this consolidation final of Gamers Assembly 2015. We'll decide the last two grand finalists, together with Kronos and Yo-Yo, who advanced to the final from the winner bracket. And on this track, it's really important to build up a lot of speed in this last turn, since a long stretch follows into the finish line. Alright, that's the end of the warm-up. Let's continue the match. Roa currently in the lead with 62 points, Zoom with 57, Koenz with 56 and Sabre with 55. 7 points between them all. We might be in for an exciting end to this match as we start off the first round of this third map. Koenz with the best start. Following him we got Sabre at second, Roa, and then Zoom. Terrible speed by Zoom over that uphill. And he stays at fourth place. Koenz and Sabre in the lead. Koenz will take over first place from Sabre. And Roa stays at third place. Small bump from Koenz. Sabre will take over that first place. Roa will go up to second. Koenz drops down to third. Zoom still at fourth place. I think he hit the wall as well. Sabre on his way to win the round. Who's gonna take second, or Koenz or Roa? It's Roa with a much better ending, and he closes in on Sabre as well, but not enough to pass him. and Sabre will take it with a time of 59.43. 1000s ahead of Roa, 1600s ahead of Koenz. And what is Zoom doing? What is Zoom doing? I did not see what happened there, but somehow missed the finish line, and will get 0 points in that round, meaning that he drops down to 4th place with 57 points. Koenz at 3rd with 60, Sabre at 2nd with 65, and Roa at 1st with 68. Seems like Sabre is feeling pretty confident on this map as he takes the lead in the start. Koenz will fall down to 4th. And Roa has now passed Sabre in the top. There's still a close pack of players, 1100s between all, as Zoom will drop down. Looking to only get 3 points this time. Sabre in the lead, Koenz loses his grip, and Roa will pass him. And is challenging Sabre now for 1st place. Good speed though for Sabre. See how he does this drop. Nicely done by Sabre. Looks like he's gonna win another round. 2100s ahead of Roa. All I have to do is to get enough speed over this long stretch. Again, Roa with more speed, but once again he's not able to pass Sabre in time, and will be behind him with 700s. Nice fights between Sabre and Roa so far. Zoom actually taking 3rd, passing Koenz in the end. And with that win, Sabre now up in the lead, 75 points. 1 point ahead of Roa. Koenz at 63 and Zoom at 61. 2 rounds in a row for Sabre. Can he make it the 3rd one as well? Not as good of a start this time. All 3 opponents are ahead of him. Led by Roa, who goes a bit too wide in the uphill. Zoom will pass him, but Roa comes back with a lot more speed. He's back at 2nd place. Koenz at 3rd. Sabre still at 4th. Halfway through the round. Koenz losing some speed in this turn. 1700s between them all. Roa still in the lead. Koenz closing in on him, so is Zoom. Good turn there from Koenz, I think. Roa still with more speed. Aligning himself better for the last turn, so will Zoom, who passes Koenz as well. Koenz will drop down to 3rd place, and that Zoom crashes in the end. What is Zoom doing in the end? At least he was able to finish the round, but that was very unnecessary, so he's only gonna get 3 points again. Roa is back up in the lead, 84 points, Sabre at 79, Koenz at 69, and Zoom at 64. Yeah, Zoom is kind of on tilt on this map. He's not doing good whatsoever. See if he can get his focus back. We'll take the lead here in the next round. So nice start for Zoom. Neck and neck with Sabre, then Koenz just behind them, followed by Roa at 4th place, 1400s behind. Close fight between Sabre, Koenz and Zoom. Koenz with a lot more speed. Risky landing, and it's gonna end up hitting the wall as well. So Koenz drops down to 4th place. Instead it's gonna be between Sabre and Zoom for 1st place. Roa too far behind. Sabre with more speed than Zoom this time. And it's gonna be another 1st place for Sabre. 59.46. Has won 3 rounds now out of 4. Very impressive, and he's up to 89 points. 1 point ahead of Roa at 88, Koenz at 72 and Zoom at 70 as we start the last round. And even if Zoom hasn't done that good on this map, he's still not that far behind. Oh, but that's a huge crash from Zoom. Gonna put him 6200s behind the rest. Not what he needed, and Sabre will end up crashing as well, leaving Koenz and Roa in the top, and Roa goes straight into the wall, and then Zoom will crash again. They are dropping like flies. Only Koenz remain, having a solid lead now, 6000s ahead of Sabre. Can take it pretty safe now, does not have to take huge risks. No, he's gonna I can see here that he's driving a bit safer compared to what he normally does. Sabre is closing in on him, but Koenz can't afford it and will win his first round on this map. 59.79. 10 ahead of Sabre. Then Zoom! What the hell are you doing? He's gonna turtle into the finish. RPG skills by Zoom, but that was completely unnecessary. And he takes another 4th place. So that's gonna be the end of the 3rd map. We got Sabre in the lead with 95, Roa with 92, Koenz with 82, and Zoom with 73. As we move on to the next map, it's Older Than Ever, made by Ranked, and the world record is 102.078 by Chronos. As the players are doing another warm-up, we can take a look at the online records. So we see that Sabre got the 2nd fastest time, 102.18. Roa top 8, 102.25. Koenz top 11, 102.33. And Zoom top 13, 102.37. So this might be another map that Sabre feels confident on. If so, then he might be able to reach finalist status on this map. We are nearing the conclusion of this match. The Consolidation final of Gamers Assembly 2015. Certainly driving pretty nicely in this warm-up round, so might be a sign of what's to come by Sabre, who seems focused, and then of course he crashes in the end, so let's see if that will happen instead. That's gonna be the end of the warm-up. We are starting the match again. Sabre is the current leader with 95 points, Roa at 2nd with 92, Koenz at 3rd with 82, and Zoom at 4th with 73. Still only 22 points between the players. Alright, here we go. Following Sabre. Gets a decent start. First turn is always important. And he got his teammate Koenz by his side. Then we got Roa at 3rd and Zoom at 4th. Not as good of a start for them. Roa will have to close. We'll have to slow down a bit, otherwise would have hit the checkpoint. Roa though does a good job catching up to Sabre. Koenz with a huge bump there, but staying alive at 1st place. Sabre closing in on him. So is Roa, but Koenz still keeping 1st place. 1600s behind is Roa now. Continues to lose some time. As we near the ending, and Sabre goes way too wide. Roa will pass him, although Sabre got slightly more speed, so he might still be able to take 2nd place as we come up to the ending. Koenz looks to take 1st, and who's gonna take 2nd? It's Sabre! 200s ahead of Roa. Nice fight between Koenz, Sabre, and Roa. 900s between them all. And then we have Zoom at 4th place once again. Zoom is falling out of this match. Did not do good on the previous map and now continues to play badly on this next one as well. Sabre above 100 points now. Roa at 96, Koenz at 92, and Zoom at 76! That's we see Sabre and Zoom clipping the wall at the same exact time. So we're gonna have a division here between Zoom and Sabre and Koenz and Roa. Roa with slightly more momentum than Koenz will pass him. Oh, but a much better turn by Koenz puts him at 1st again. Zoom has passed Sabre and gone up to 3rd place. And Roa is back at 1st place ahead of Koenz. 1500s ahead of him. Unless he messes up the ending, then he will likely win this round. This turn is important. And Roa will do it very nicely. Kept his speed. and should win this one now unless he messes up this ending. Zoom getting closer on Koenz, but not enough to pass him. 102.63 as Roa wins another round. And closing in on, well, he passes Sabre even. He's at 106 points, 2 points ahead of Sabre. Koenz at 98 and Zoom at 80. As it seems like the players actually thought the points limit would be 100. And to be honest, I also thought that, because in the rules it says that only the grand final is supposed to have 120 points limit. But we've had it already in the winner bracket final and now also in the consolidation final. But I guess the admins can change that if they want. It's not a big deal though. Okay, so we are live into the next round. Sabre in the lead. Koenz has lost some speed and will lose more speed now as he stumbles. Sabre at first, Roa at second, Zoom at third, but passing Roa now, going up to second. Might even go up to first place. Still Sabre in the lead, keeping his position as we near the ending. Can't see any finalists yet, but maybe in the next round. Zoom will go up to first place now, ahead of Roa and Sabre. Can he keep that position? Sabre with more speed. Sabre gonna overtake Zoom and win the point. Or win the round rather. He will get 10 points, 102.49. Ahead of Zoom with 0.54, Roa with 0.58 and Koenz 103.13. Another great fight, and Sabre up to 114 points, Roa at 110. Both those players can become finalists now, and with that get a chance to reach the grand final. And then we have Roa at, or Koenz at 101, Zoom at 86. Ooh. Very close that Zoom hit the checkpoint, but he stays alive at 4th place. Koenz has taken the lead. And as long as Sabre takes first or second, he will be the only finalist right now. Sabre keeps himself in front of Roa, but not with much. Koenz at first place. As we go through the last couple of turns, Roa will pass Sabre now. Still, he needs to take first if he wants to become the only finalist. Koenz still in front. Here we go, the last turn. Roa will attack, but it's not enough, and Koenz will take the round, and with that deny both Roa and Sabre finalist status. So we now have Sabre at 118, Roa at 116, Koenz at 111 and Zoom at 89. We could potentially see 3 finalists at the same time now if Koenz wins the round and Roa does not take last place. Seems like Koenz is once again thinking about making a comeback, just like in the loser bracket semifinal. Gets a great start here in the next round. The last one, and Zoom crashes into the checkpoint. Sabre has had a bad start as well. It's 4700s behind Koenz in the lead. Roa at second. So right now we will have 3 finalists. Koenz is far ahead of Roa, 2400s. Normally should be okay, as long as he drives decently through these last couple of turns. Avoids the border. Roa will drive over it in an attempt to catch up. But it looks like we will have 3 finalists. Let's follow Koenz as he goes through the last turn. No mistakes. And he jumps into the finish to become a finalist as well. Sabre passing Roa in the end, but it's not enough to deny him finalist status. So we will have 3 finalists now. Sabre, Koenz and Roa as we go through to the next round. Or the next map rather. Zoom at 92 points. So yeah, this is gonna be it. Unless Zoom starts winning several rounds in a row, then we might see only 2 more rounds of this match. The next map is Yellow Lambo, made by Wally, and the world record is 56.843 by Chronos. And we'll have a last warm-up round. Roa got the fastest time of the players. Top 4, 56.94. Zoom top 7, 56.99. Koenz top 8, 56.99 as well. And Sabre top 11, 57.01. You can feel the excitement right now, the pressure that these players are trying to handle the best they can. And it's not an easy situation to be in whatsoever. Your body is probably shaking completely right now. And you're just trying to keep calm as much as you can. Of course, these players are playing in front of a crowd as well, so that makes the pressure even higher. Who's gonna handle it the best? Here we go. Top 2 will advance to the grand final, where Kronos and Yo-Yo await. Will it be Sabre, Roa, or Koenz? Or will we even see Zoom coming back? Let's find out as we start the first round of this map. Yellow Lambo by Wally. Here we go. Koenz did well on the last couple of rounds of the previous map. Can he keep that focus? If so, then he might be dangerous here. We will see him take the lead just ahead of Sabre. Oh, and Roy is out! Roy is not going to be able to win this round. Instead, we got Koenz in the lead after a nice turn. Gets a lot of speed. He is 1500 ahead of Zoom, who passes Sabre. Koenz on his way to the grand final. Can he keep it together here through the last couple of turns? Zoom still in front of Sabre with a couple of hundreds. No one is getting closer to Koenz though, who keeps his speed over that drop as well. Maybe Zoom is getting a bit closer. Yes, he is! Koenz drops out his speed all of a sudden. And Zoom is now at first place. Koenz had it in the back, but he lost it. Zoom instead on his way to deny a finalist spot for all the players. He is 1700 ahead of Sabre as we go through the last turn. Here's Zoom. And he will take it. 57.43. Goes up to 102 points. Still need to win 2 more rounds though to also become a finalist. So that was a really good possibility for Koenz, but he was not able to take it. See if he can get it in the second attempt. No! Both Roa and Koenz will crash in the start. Wow, you can definitely feel the pressure is high now. We see lots more mistakes. Zoom once again at first place. Are we going to see the unthinkable here with Zoom coming back? We'll have to defeat Sabre though, who's only 200s behind as we go over this drop. Both players with good speed, good landing as well. Sabre with a good position. Will pass Zoom, but it looks like Zoom got more speed though. This is really close between Sabre and Zoom. Sabre is finalist. Can reach the grand final. He is ahead of Zoom as we go through the last couple of turns. Risky line over the border, but it pays off. He is still ahead of Zoom as we go into the last turn. With Sabre on his way to the grand final. 57.41. Sabre will be playing later on in the grand final together with Kronos and Yo-Yo. Alright, so that leaves Koenz and Roa still at finalist. Zoom at 108 points. So he will have to have 2 more rounds until he's finalist. Would have needed that first place, but now it doesn't seem as realistic anymore. And definitely not now after a slow start. Instead it's Koenz with more speed. Koenz with another super turn. He's in the lead with 1400s now. Will we see 2 Team Acer players in the grand final? It looks like it right now. Can Koenz keep it together though? He already was in this position in his first attempt. Here we go, the drop. Oh! He will slow down a bit, Zoom getting closer. Here's the turn where he crashed. Not this time though, Koenz still in the lead and Zoom gets a small bug. No, he doesn't. He will actually catch up but then gets a bug. Koenz still in the lead. He is 1400 ahead of Roa coming up to ending. Roa will attack, but he slows down instead. Koenz, 1 turn left to go. And he avoids the wall and he's gonna take second place. And we'll have 2 Team Acer players in the grand final together with Kronos and Yo-Yo. Holy moly. And we are playing for 5th place as well. So let's follow this fight between Zoom and Roa and... I can't speak anymore. Zoom will crash in the start. So it looks like Roa will take 5th place in the tournament. 1.5 seconds ahead of Zoom. Shouldn't be a problem. Of course, disappointing here for Roa that he did not reach the grand final. But I still want to say that he did a great job in this tournament, considering this was his first offline event, as far as I know. So reaching this far is definitely a great achievement by Roa. It looks like he will take 5th. And also Zoom, of course, taking 6th place, which is a really good achievement as well. So here comes Roa. Zoom has retired. And Roa will take 5th place. So that's gonna be the end of the Consolidation final. Sabre and Koenz move on to the grand final, where they will play against Kronos and Yo-Yo. Roa and Zoom are eliminated. GG!